Hello and welcome to my video lecture on while loops in PHP. Here's just a quick example. Here we've got, we're setting up a local variable counter. We're going to set it equal to 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up a while loop. The while loop simply consists of the word while. We open a parentheses and we test a condition. Very similar to what we did with if statements. So we're going to test this condition. If this condition is true, then just like with an if statement, the code in between the curly braces gets executed. And then, if it's successful, what the loop does is after this last curly brace, it loops back to this while and tests this expression again. So this expression is supposed to be set so that it will end eventually. It will cause the loop to end, because the last thing we want to do is have a loop that loops infinitely, an infinite loop. Much like a car, right? So what's the most important part of a car? The brakes. Right? Once a car gets moving, the most important thing you need to do to that car for everyone's safety is to be able to stop the car. Much the same with a loop in any kind of a coding language. You want to make sure that there is some kind of a condition that will make sure that this loop eventually ends. So the way we do that most of the time is in between, in the statements that follow the while loop, we are going to do something that's going to eventually cause this expression to be false. So first of all, the message is going to be set equal to message concatenated with counter concatenated with a pipe. So we could have substituted this in. We could get rid of message and make this a dot equal operator and say counter concatenated with a pipe. But again, you don't have to use those compound operators. And now what we're doing here is we're incrementing counter. So counter starts at 1. So here the test is going to be counter less than or equal to 5, which evaluates to true. So this code executes. So message is going to equal message. And since message isn't anything, it's going to be counter with a pipe. And then the counter is going to increment. So now the next time around, this is going to be 2. So again, the first time it's going to be 1 and a pipe. Then this is going to execute again, and we're going to get 2 and a pipe added to message. And then the next time around, it's going to be 3 and a pipe, then 4 and a pipe. And eventually, the last time we run through this, it's going to be 5. So counter less than or equal to 5 evaluates to true. It goes through again, so we get 5 in a pipe. And then counter increments it so that counter is now 6. And the while tests this, and then this expression turns to false, which means the test fails, and this code does not get executed, and the next line of code will run after this curly brace. Another example, so this is a quick example that just stores numbers 1 through 5. Here's an example of a while loop that calculates the future value of a one-time investment. So here our investment is equal to 1,000. The interest rate is 10%, set up for 25 years, and then future value is going to be set equal to investment. So here we've got the 1,000 being put into 2 different variables. So we've got an incrementer, $i, right? So I is just a variable, much like we were using in the previous example of counter. But this is very, very common to use I as the counter. So we're going to set I equal to 1. So while I is less than or equal to years, this is going to loop. So then the future value is going to be set equal to future value, which is 1,000, plus future value times the interest rate. And then we're going to increment the I. So as this iterates around, it's going to iterate for 25 years, and when it ends, future value will be equal to whatever the value would be at 10%, whatever $1,000 would be at 10% interest for 25 years. So we can calculate the future value that way. So those are my 2 examples of how to use a while loop to calculate future value, and the previous one to loop through numbers 1 through 5. So here we're using a simple counter. Here we're doing the calculation is a little bit more complicated.